Hi, everybody. It's good to be here with you. Thank you for opening this email and viewing this video. I'd like to talk to you about stewardship, but from a different angle, just for a few minutes. Christian communities have successfully survived impossible odds and have managed to thrive in good times and bad because Christians see themselves as stewards. We are stewards of what others have believed and built, what they have preserved and improved in decades and centuries before us, and that they have entrusted these things to us in our generation for our good. And we have enjoyed and developed these things, and we have to make sure that we pass them on to generations to come. Now, most of what we have become here at St. Peter's is received from earlier generations. Years of faithful work and prayer and effort and witness and service and community and struggle. And we have received the benefit of their effort. And year after year, each of us is doing our own part to better that legacy for those to come. And in recent years, we've done a lot to maintain and improve the facilities that we have received. And you can see the improvements all around us. I mean, literally in every space of our little campus here. And in years to come, we need to build a sound financial foundation for future generations as well. When I first came to St. Peter's 20 years ago, I was amazed that our church had no form of endowment, which Episcopal churches typically do. For centuries, faithful Episcopalians have left money in their will for the future foundation and thriving of their church, the church that they love, the church that has nurtured their faith and their family over all those years. Now, I do remember when one such gift did come to St. Peter's. It was July 17th, 2012. We received a check out of nowhere for $131,609 from the estate of Louisa Kilgore Nichols. Now, if that name rings a bell, it should, because she was one of the most long-lived and influential members of St. Peter's. Her wedding was the first wedding in the new St. Peter's building over there on Main Street next to the rectory, which was built in 1912. 10 years later, she spearheaded the Loudon Bell Project to endow and mount that bell in memory of those who lost their lives from Loudoun County in World War I. Before she died in 1982, she set up a trust that distributed her estate in increments over 30 years to her surviving relatives, and then it turned over the remaining principal to St. Peter's, and that principal is $131,000. And God blessed us with that money at the perfect time because, well, you might remember this place needed a lot of work. And that money has provided a seed that has made most of our long neglected maintenance and renovation and upgrades possible around here in the decades since. Without that money, we would not have been able to do most of the projects that we have undertaken to improve our facilities. At the same time, that money has more than doubled in size through the wise stewardship of successive vestries. So the impact that Louisa Kilgore Nichols had on this church has continued into the 21st century in very real, tangible, and influential ways. And what I want you to see is that we can each have the same sort of impact on the future of St. Peter's. Our church essentially lives year to year almost solely on the pledges of our people. And we have a very slender $285,000 endowment that is her money doubled. And what we'd like to do going forward is strengthen and expand that endowment for future generations through planned giving. And what we'd like to do is share multiple options that will enable each of you to have the same sort of impact in the future as Louisa Kilgore Nichols. We'd like to discuss with you those options over dinner on Thursday, February 9th, coming up here. We'll welcome a partner of Smith Pugh Law Firm, which is in Leesburg, specializes in estate planning, sharing from years of experience how we can each plan for maximum impact of our estate in the future. I hope you'll join us for a delicious dinner and an excellent discussion on Thursday, February 9th at Trillium Farms Gathering Building. Thank you, and I'll see you then.